Alrighty, so we're here with, I believe, part 4 for the S92 build. Some more things have been done. A little bit more decoration, things like that, some more tuning. I've tuned in the engine a little bit better so we get better fuel rate, burn rate, and we've got our harness. I have integrated the fans into its movement now, so instead of pressing a button on or off, they just kind of go whenever we're at a certain angle and all of that fun stuff. I don't have any controls for this winch really. I have up and down, and then I have another winch here, so I can just grab this like that, throw it here, and then pull it up, and then have it inside, if you don't want it kind of thrown around outside. And then I'm going to have this back here is a bit more built for utility and things like that. So I have a couple of first aid kits, or not kits, beds up here. Still designing these a little bit. I'll push it into the sun. So you're going to be able to grab these and throw it up the ramp. I don't have the ramp open. And then you can slide it in here, and then you can just have it in here. It's going to start off one first aid bed on each side, and then you can kind of pull it out and back if you really want. Yeah, just so you can have a little bit more room if you want, or decide to have first aid beds, because they're always kind of nice to have. And they've got some basic equipment, as well as a release connectors button. So they have 2 sets of connectors for this way and for that way. That's not in just because I was designing my floor and all that fun stuff, as well as seats and all of that. So kind of getting an idea of what I want back here, which you already saw. So I got some more equipment back here. This is stuff that you wouldn't usually use as much. And I'm going to have the stuff that you would use way quicker, and the stuff you really want up close is kind of around here. So fire extinguishers, defibs, first aid kits, all that fun stuff. No work on anything else really in here, just a little bit of interior work. Let's see, so we can come up here. I've got some controls laid out here as well. So not as much down here, but we've got a lot up here. None of it's connected yet, but we've just kind of got the layout of it. I don't think I got that on video. But that will all be good to get going and started. So right now we still just have the one button and throttle to start it all. Engines go a lot slower now, but we go the same speed, so it all works out well. And we go through a lot less fuel, which is good, because I really haven't tuned any of that in until before that. But yeah, a little bit more decoration, just XML work and things like that. A little bit around, not a ton, but noticeable, I think. Obviously more to come, but I think it's a good start. Also up to the wheel grip, so we don't really spin at all whenever we're on the ground. Next, I'm going to get the high speed and engine modes in. It's just going to have the 3, idle, normal flight, and high speed. Everything's tuned in a little bit better. We still have a little bit more PID tuning to go. No autopilot yet or anything like that. I think my altitude's a little bit screwed. It doesn't love holding at the same spot as much. I started getting some landing gear figured out. Not too much done that way though. Still quite stable. And once we pass -0.4 on our angle, the fans kick in and we get nice and quick. Oh, I got rid of my speed. And then we do stay quite stable now. We don't roll as much as we did. I tuned that in quite a bit. But yeah, I do got to get the heading and all of that sorted out for autopilots and all that. And I would like to get these done, but I want to get all of the other controls done first, so that I have kind of an operating craft before I get doing monitors and things like that. I do like having the option to have that harness kind of stored inside. I can't close the door right now until I land, because I only have the button on the outside, which is a little bit inconvenient. And then as soon as we get off, the fans kick off, and we can control it normally. The fans are only going to turn on whenever you're in the high speed mode. I gotta make the rudder a little bit stronger as well. It takes a little bit too long to get going. Not too bad, just a little bit slow still. I did speed it up a while ago. But I think that the rest of our controls are pretty good. It is going to be a pretty easy operation for most of it. I've got the anti-ice and things like that. I'm going to still do APU, all of that fun stuff, generator. So it's going to have everything it should, but it's not going to be super complicated to start up or anything like that. I just feel like kind of having it a little bit more basic, not basic, but user-friendly. So you can kind of get up and go a little bit quicker, which I think will be good at the end of the day. But I think it's still looking good. Yeah, a little bit more details here and there, like we're still sinking a little bit. So I can go up and then hold this all right, but we do start to go down a little bit, which will be fine once we get that altitude hold in, but I don't have that yet. And then that'll just be a little bit more tuning. I want to make the landing gear go up and down, then I need to do a ton more details around the bottom. I think that temperature probe looks pretty good. I don't know what that is, but there is something down there that looks pretty much like that exactly. Yeah, some autopilot stuff would be very good to get going though. And as you can see, we speed up nice and quick. I think we go about 160 knots with the fan engaged, about 100 knots without it. And then it stops really smoothly. So even with the fan in, it just kind of stops slowly, which is good because it was really jolting last time. And then we don't yaw as much. We yawed a little bit more without the fans engaged. I also moved them in one, which helped a little bit with some of our rolling. And then I do want to incorporate a little bit more yaw whenever we actually do roll with this. Yeah, that would be good to get going. Only if I'm over a certain speed though, I think. But yeah, I think it's coming together pretty well. I'm trying to record as much as I can. It can be a little bit difficult with some of the other stuff just because I'm not on it constantly all day. It's kind of just one thing at a time, which is why you'll see a couple of clips every once in a while and things like that. Yeah, that's why I don't do live streams or anything of building, just because it's not just constant work. But yeah, up grip really helped, so I can turn it all off now and not have a spin crazy. I think I just upped it to 4 in the XML. I have a tutorial on that if you want. That's a very good trick to do though, because I really didn't feel like tuning any of the propellers anymore or anything like that. Just more fine tuning I'm really not a fan of, especially if I just want to get something working, which I think it works quite well so far. I'm liking the interior. I don't know how much of that I recorded, but yeah, I think it's come together. It looks good with the med beds in here. But yeah, lots more details to go. This all works. I would like to get that on a button and all of that. You do need to crouch here. Oh, just fine. It is actually a pretty small door on the actual thing. And then we're going to have external power and refuel and things like that there. So this is going to have external power. It's going to work with the same stuff the 7.6 has. So we'll make all of the GPUs and all of that work with this, which will be very good to have so that it all works together. But yeah, so we'll just end it there. I think some good progress. I'm liking the look of it so far. It's functioning pretty well. Yeah, so we'll see what part 5 does.